What happened to your live stream?
Now I'm back online.
Oh. Well, you need to light mine, but here, let me get my lighter. Hey guys, how you doing? So right now what we're doing is just prepping. And shit, I broadcasted on the wrong channel.
Come on.
Man, listen. Delete. Now, let's see if we can add it, because if not, we got to restart the whole thing. Okay. So now we are live on Twitter, the YouTube, and the Facebook. We're just waiting for the police cars to go through. But happy Mugshot Eve.
Oh my goodness. This has been one hell of a night.
Happy Mercury retrograde, by the way, because shit. If you haven't felt it yet, you will. Because we out here looking for lighters. Checks ain't getting cashed yet. Yeah, man.
Guest canceling last minute.
Yeah, but we got a guest coming on next week. He's running for city council, so you can see him next week. His name is Alex Thomas. He's part of the working family slate for city council. Real good dude. I met him like this past weekend. Like I met him before, and he was a really good dude, and we were gonna have him on earlier, but I thought his phone number belonged to someone else, so I was like totally ignoring his text messages. So then afterwards I asked him, like, hey, can you be on my show? And he's like, listen, I've been attempting to get a hold of you. And wouldn't you know, I was actually dubbing the wrong person. So yeah.
Yeah, I think we have to get to a place where we start texting instead of leaving voicemails, especially if you're calling someone you don't normally call.
Yeah. When's the last time you've checked your voicemail? I think I checked mine a couple years ago.
When's the last time someone actually left a voicemail that wasn't breathing and cussing?
I left several voicemails today.
Yeah, usually 60% of my voicemails is robots thinking that someone answered the phone and asking about my house insurance. I used to pick up some of those scam likelies and fuck with whoever's on the other end, hoping that it's a human.
No. You got to sit there and press the buttons to get to a human, because after a while, they start blocking your number if they know that you're going to be one of the ones to fuck with them. Ask me why I don't get that many scam calls. Holy shit. Like, here's the thing. We're against police fucking crushing the ATVs, but at the same time, give us something to work with here. Because, damn.
I mean, if we got that official AVT park, that ATV park that we've been crying for since the 90s, there's people that actually want to play in dirt. We don't want to be on asphalt all day. It's hot.
Exactly.
But since you won't let us play in dirt and Kennedy Park's off limits, you get what Philly gets and Baltimore gets and parts of New York get.
Like, we could do parts of Brainerd Airport that aren't being used right now, because let's be honest. I mean, the last time we used that, like, we use that shit every once in a while for, like, organ transplants. Like, we do actually use, Brainerd Airport. We used it for Biden's visit. We use it for, like, body transplants. We use it for shit, okay? But we don't use all that land, and people might as well go tear that shit up somewhere.
Somebody said it could ruin the environment, and then someone replied, when's the last time you used an electric chainsaw?
Can we talk about the fact that land's already contaminated anyways?
Yeah, chainsaws run on the same fuel as dirt bikes.
No. That shit used to be like some energy stuff. Like, people, here's the thing, we would cover it obviously. But yeah, that land's kind of toxic, so that's why it needs to be covered. So, like many of the brownfields out here in Hartford. So Kamora's land is one of them. So that's why it's been a lot of healing the ground. So that used to be a parking lot for school buses.
Speaking of toxic, let's talk about masculinity.
Who?
Toxic masculinity and the reason why quote unquote stripper rap is getting hate now.
I love them bitches, yo.
Okay, there's several. I'm not even going to get into the industry politics as to why it is, but let's get down to the nitty gritty. Today's Sukihanas and Red Sexies and City Girls and Cardi B's is yesterday's Eve's and Lil Kim's and Foxy Brown's, which was yesteryear's Two Live Crews, and there was dirty rap all over.
Oh yeah, push it good. That used to be my ringtone on my Nokia. My friends remember, so.
Okay, Herbie Lovebug wrote that, so we can't even count that. But then again, Lil Yachty wrote "Act Up."
I wanna sex you up.
That was an R&B song
from '93, and children were singing that shit. Oh wait, I Can Make Your Bed Rock, right?
Close the door.
Listen, so my daughter was probably 5 and my sister was 6. They're sitting in the back seat of my car. I hear that shit and immediately switch it because I'm like, oh my God, what are they singing about? They like.
Meanwhile, the same album as what was Marvin Gaye's last big hit? It was "Sexual Healing."
Yeah.
On that same album, he has a song where he has the exact, these are, I quote the lyrics, "Shake a leg, shake a titty."
Ooh.
Same album.
Shake a leg, shake a titty.
That's about 7 or 8 years before Two Live Crew came out of Florida saying, "Hey, we want some pussy."
Okay, so.
Which was about 6 years before Lil Kim did her thing.
Okay, so what's worse? Trump's Mugshot or Ratchet Rap?
All right. I haven't seen the Mugshot yet.
That's because there isn't one yet.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be horrendous when it happens.
You know that's going to be a Kanye album cover, right?
Georgia ain't playing games. Look, look here. If Michael Jackson got a mugshot, Trump, you deserve a mugshot. Plain and simple.
Yo, but have you seen all the other mugshots? Like, one of these bitches looks like a fucking model in the picture, right? You got Rudy Giuliani, who looks absolutely horrendous. Like, they should have smiled. At this point, like, just fucking smile. You know your shit's viral. You know you're going to prison. So while you're out here, at least have people not making fun of your fucking mugshot.
How many people did Rudy Giuliani put in prison?
Oh, no. So something I said earlier today on Facebook, right? I said, I know everybody who sat there and got fucked with on stop and frisk right now is enjoying this karma.
Yep.
Every single black man that was sat there and harassed her and stop and frisk.
The ghost of Edge Koch is glad that he's dead.
Man, all I know is that I can't wait to see the mugshot tomorrow. I'm going to sit there and do all types of Photoshops with it. I'm like looking forward to it. I mean, the fuck is he going to do? I mean, tweet my old mugshots. I don't give a shit.
Listen, I brought up stripper rap to say this. If you don't like Sukihana, Big Red, all of them, why aren't you listening to Cyrock? Why aren't you listening to Rhapsody? It's going to be the 25th anniversary of Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, and she's going on tour. Why aren't you requesting Lauryn Hill records?
I got a question. Now, I've seen Lauryn Hill in person. You know, I love that album. She's been eating off that shit
for 25 years.
You know what? I ain't even mad. But here's my issue. Now, she was on time for my concert and she made it. But she has a reputation. And fans want to see her, but they want to make sure she's going to actually be there and be on time.
Are you going to show up? Are you going to be on time? Are you going to actually play the songs in original form? Are you going to actually perform verses that people know? Is your band going to sound like they rehearsed? Are you going to shout out Praz? Is Wyclef involved? Are you doing any Fugees records other than Killing Me Softly?
She always saves that one for the end.
I want to hear fucking How Many Mics. I'm tired of Killing Me Softly.
So
I want to hear Zealots.
She always closes with that one.
How Many Mics?
No. Killing Me Softly.
Her verse on How Many Mics.
She does the entire fucking album and then she does Kill Me Softly.
Dog. Her verse on How Many Mics is regarded as one of the best verses in 90s hip hop. Not best female verses, best verses.
Really?
Yes. Ask anyone has ever heard that verse. It was how our generation reacted to Nicki Minaj on Monster, they reacted to How Many Mics.
How did our generation react to Monster? Because I wasn't impressed by it.
It's considered one of the it's hands down the best verse on the entire song, and some would say one of the best verses of Nicki Minaj's entire career.
What?
Yes.
Did you not listen to her before her first album? I loved Before She Got Signed, and I kind of wish she kept that grittiness.
Rick Ross and Jay-Z wanted to change their verses, but they recorded before her, and Kanye said no do-overs.
Okay, so.
And he used to take that Nicki Minaj hated. She didn't like the way her voice sounded, and she wanted to change her verse. Kanye took that and
listen to her on Drake's album. That's where I think she shined the most.
Hey, so who's the richest female rapper in the game? I bet you can't even guess. Net worth wise, who's the richest female rapper?
Would it be Queen Latifah? She does movies too.
Nope, it's not Queen Latifah. Queen Latifah is barely touching Oprah money. Actually, is she in a billion?
Wait, didn't Eve marry a billionaire?
Net worth, meaning her brand earns that much, not how much she actually earns through marriage. Because you wouldn't count Joe Scott's ex-husband, even though he made significantly less, you wouldn't count his annual income to her net worth because it's her brand.
Tell me.
So Queen Latifah, not being an active rapper, that kind of disqualifies her. It's not Nicki Minaj. But it is a female rapper I said earlier tonight. Cyrock.
Oh, okay.
So Cyrock's net worth currently stands at $1 billion. Nicki Minaj is not in the billions.
I'm well aware. And why here's the thing. Nicki, like, why the fuck did you marry him, yo? This bitch could have had anyone.
What's the fourth letter of the alphabet?
D.
Bingo.
Yeah. Never mind. I get it.
How many people?
And y'all got a kid now too, so I get it.
How many people? Because
Offset be stressing me out too, so I mean it's not just you.
Listen, how many people? Because we are an all-inclusive show. I'm not gonna say just women. How many people have totally lost their shit and had their friends spaz out on them left and right over D?
You know what? We'll be right back after this commercial break with my answer. But my answer is going to be a little bit different. So while we sit there and we have a melding of the minds.
Nikki, you should have took Drake. Should have took Drake.
Yeah, not Wayne, Drake.
What was his peen too small or something?
I'm just saying you could do better.
Yeah, who's that drunk test about?
Yeah.
We'll speculate after this commercial break.
Practicing and living in community means that we're responsible to ourselves and others. It means that we're committed to engaging humbly and bravely with others who we may not agree with, but who share a similar worldview. Tensions and conflicts are gifts that allow us to grow together. Join our peaceful revolution.
Yeah, we're back.
That is Kimura's Cultural Corner. Sign up, support our Patreon. It doesn't take much, and you're going to learn more than a lot.
Yeah, so we learn how to agree with other people while disagreeing. So, I mean...
That's what we call mutual understanding.
Yeah, because, I mean, no one's ever going to have the complete same point of view as you. It's just impossible.
But if you're able to see the other person's point of view, and they're able to see yours, you can reach a middle ground.
Nikki!
It's not agreeing and disagree. But, Nikki, come on! You Trini, come on now.
I mean, they're already married. They got the baby. They might as well, feel me?
Baby's cute.
And them fucking pictures was so cute. But, I mean, you could see the fucking ankle bracelet. But it was still cute.
Nikki, please drop bars. Stop. Just drop bars.
I like that she's working with Ice Spice. So I believe her and Ice Spice have made fantastic collaborations. I would like to see a three-way collaboration. Like, somebody piece her and Cardi up. Now, here's the thing. I love Cardi. I'm a Cardi stan. I am Team Cardi. I like Nicki. But the thing is, though, if you make me pick, I go with Cardi.
See,
but it's always been a thing, and it's not you, Nicki, because you're still talented.
I like Cardi as a personality, but she can rap, but I like her more as a personality. I like Nicki Minaj more as a rapper, even though she has failed me so many times as an MC. Anaconda was not needed, but here we are.
What the fuck?
Listen.
Everything she has done absolutely no wrong. I don't know what you're talking about.
Everyone that knows mixtape Nicki knows that Monster was the last time you heard mixtape Nicki.
Oh my god.
Until her album that didn't do so well.
Wait, are we talking about Nicki or Cardi? Because
I'm talking about Nicki.
Okay, see, you're talking about Cardi, but you're talking about Cardi did you wrong. How did Cardi do you wrong?
I didn't say Cardi did me wrong. I said.
Oh, I was about to fight you.
As an MC, Nicki has done me dirty so many times. Nicki.
Oh.
I like her as a rapper, but
see, I loved mixtape Nicki.
I like her as a rapper, but she disappoints me as a rapper many times.
No. Here's the thing. Mixtape. You're right about that. Mixtape Nicki before Pink Friday. Now I believe, what was it? Roman's Revenge. That was a good one.
Like a dungeon. That was a brilliant song.
Well,
at this very moment I'm king. That was a brilliant song too. For Life.
I kind of like that one sometimes. Sometimes it depends on the mood I'm in.
We didn't need starships
at all.
I don't think we needed super bass either. And the final shit even writing.
God, yo.
We didn't need Stupid Ho, and I know that was a jab at Lil' Kim. The whole song was about Lil' Kim. We didn't need that song or video. It was too goddamn weird.
Yeah.
But
I miss mixtape Nicki.
Now, I'm not a Nicki Minaj fan. I like her as a rapper, but I'm not a fan. I've never thought of buying her music. Other than as a DJ, I don't download her music. I don't listen to her music in the car. But as a music lover, I like what I like. And there's some things I like about Nicki. There's a lot that I don't like about Nicki.
Oh, I just have Apple Music.
There's a lot that I like about Cardi, but there's a lot that I don't like about Cardi.
How do you not like anything about Cardi?
I don't like that she gives up on herself too damn easy, but that's that cancer shit.
She don't give up on herself.
What was her first single off her album? It wasn't Bodak Yellow because that was a mixtape track. So what was her first single off the album?
I don't remember. Go ahead and tell me because you already know.
Well, okay, when I say Cardi's album, what songs come to mind?
I don't know, man. I'm high.
Okay. Most people
I got Drake lyrics on my fucking shirt, yo.
So many people that got turned on to Cardi, they know about I Like It Like That. That was the monster big hit that I got her over in the pop world, right?
Mm-hmm.
But her first single was Be Careful. You know what that song's about. That was basically a breakup song, a harsh one too. But if you're a Puerto Rican woman in New York and you're breaking up with somebody, how else are you gonna talk to them? So yeah, it was a breakup song, and it sounded personal. but that was all in the performance of the song. And the response to it wasn't as much as she thought it would be. And it made her apprehensive about doing deeper material again, because I Like It Like That was basically like bargain basement rhymes. It was a party track, but there wasn't much depth to it compared to Be Careful. And then on top of the success of I Like It Like That, the criticism.
She's not Puerto Rican.
Okay, Latina.
No. I'm gonna look this shit up because I forgot.
No. She's Dominican and Trinidadian.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, she's Dominican on her dad's side, Trinidad on her mom's side. She reps both, and she's proud to be black, even though her dad's light skinned. So anyway, splitting hairs. So she has stated in interviews that the response to that made her not want to do material like that again. She's just gonna hit you with the ratchet shit that you're gonna eat up, and leave the deep shit for the deep rappers. Who she's a fan of. She's a fan of Rhapsody. They were both nominated for the same Grammy together. They're fans of each other. But the criticism from the likes of Jermaine Dupri and the strip rap, this, that, and the other, Cardi B actually, and I wish I saved it, but she actually put out a tweet and an IG message stating that not only don't listen to these other females, and she lists them, Rhapsody's on that list, Cyrock's on that list, I think Tara Wacker's on that list. So many dope female rappers. And y'all ain't listening to them, so it must be something about city girls and all of us that you like. So why are you complaining now? Because you're gonna go to the strip club and get a girl like us anyway. To sit on your lap for some change and this and the other. I'm paraphrasing, but that's basically the response. If you got a problem with these female rappers, why aren't you listening to those female rappers? Good question, right? Kendrick had the most applauded album of last year. Nobody's listening to it. And they wonder why that hasn't been a number one hip hop hit yet this year. Because you're not making the material. All the people that are making that material, they had their hits last year. You had J. Cole, you had Kendrick, you had Tyler the Creator, you had all of the monster albums, Pusha T even. All the monsters dropped last year. This year, you're not dropping heat. You're just dropping party track after party track after party track. And other than the beat is fire, it's the same old shit. But every era has that quote unquote same old shit. Now we celebrate some of that same old shit now, but back then it was the same old shit. We had rappers back in the day too. Don't act like every rapper that came out was skilled. There was some doo-doo on the radio. If you ever heard of MC Brains. And so I'm glad Cleveland forgot about that and they celebrate Bone Thugs. I'm just saying.
Now, talking about a million people on stage, let's talk about this Hartford fucking election that's stressing everyone out.
It's stressing voters out. There's people in my family that say they listen to all of them speak, and none of them are giving him any confidence whatsoever. Not one. Because to them, they're just mouthing off the same talk pieces that they done heard before. We need better schools. We need better jobs.
You want to hear something? It's very disappointing that last night's debate wasn't live streamed because I was there in person. I can't vouch for tonight's debate. I would assume maybe this one was live streamed. But yesterday, the moderator was Joel Cruz. Mm-hmm. If you're from Hartford, you know who that is. Mm-hmm. And it was only the candidates who are participating in the primaries. That's Arunin, Coleman, and Fanfara. Mm. And to be honest with you, I got to see a different side of the candidates that I really didn't see before, and that I wish this really should have been shared with the public. Each one of the candidates was very insightful. John actually was the only candidate to get into the crowd and start talking to people, and I've never seen that side of him before. Eric Coleman was smiling, and he was Well, he was also pushing a fuck ton of police, but he was smiling. I got to see a side of him that I didn't see. And Arunan, spoke to the crowd as well. And his family was there listening to him. Like, I mean, they're always there, but it was just different. I don't know. Everything was, each candidate got 15 minutes. So they would be the only candidate in the room with voters. They had 5 minutes to speak to the crowd and then 10 minutes of direct question and answer with just that candidate.
Yeah.
And they didn't, we got details. They didn't bullshit us this time.
So they talk about what they're actually going to do and not the empty promise rhetoric we've done heard for decades.
Yeah, they were alone in the room with us. And, people were able to ask direct questions. And I think we might need to have more forums like that. So I can't tell you what happened tonight. I do pray it was live streamed. I complained to a lot of people that it wasn't live streamed.
Mm-hmm.
But
because the general public is just going to end up voting for who they know, no matter what the policies are.
Yeah, and the thing is, though, we both have favorite candidates. A lot of people have already picked, and a lot of people are undecided. But I believe that more honest conversations need to be had with everyone. Because yesterday was the first time that there was no negativity. There were no personal attacks.
Thank goodness. Because it was turning into Jerry Springer for real.
It really was. But remember, there's almost been fist fights between the candidates and like the staff. There's been attacks every single debate.
We are not East European Parliament. We do not fight at the debates. Come on now. This ain't a boxing match. You're running for mayor, city of you're voting to run the city now. You're running for that. Just remember that. I mean, if we needed somebody that can fight, I mean, shit, just go to Westland Street. You can find somebody to fight.
Yo, yeah, and all this negativity in Facebook groups and going back and forth. Like, I'll be honest with you. The way that I learned the term domestic violence was in 1994 during the Rowland and Curry campaigns from an ad on TV. And then I had to ask an adult what that meant. So that's how I learned what domestic violence meant.
Yeah, I'm not going to call out names or forms, but there's a lot of mudslinging. It's like every day is something new. It's like, when are you going to shut the fuck up and actually talk about why you support the person you support and just stop dissing the person you don't like?
Exactly. Tell us why we should vote for Subwood. I'm so tired of voting against people. Give us shit to vote for.
See, that's been my beef with mainstream politics. Vote against the right, vote against the left. Why should we vote for you? Tell us that. Fuck what they're doing on that side. What are you doing?
Exactly. And I would hope that, that resonates with more people because this is exhausting already.
Yeah, you wonder why we have low voter turnout. Doing all this mudslinging that's fucking with the people that actually do vote. And then you're not, on the flip side, you're not doing enough to get the word out for the people that would vote if they knew what the hell was going on.
And you have to wonder why that is. If people enjoy like propaganda, if they think that, it'll get more people just to do what they say. But I mean, it does eventually get emotionally exhausting to continue to vote against something than rather to have a passion for, okay, we're going to hold you accountable for this promise and that promise.
Instead of getting the, yay, we with you, you're selling it for the, well, I guess.
Yeah.
You can't hurt, can it?
Yeah, like more positivity is needed everywhere. I mean, at this point, like we're in the middle of a mental health crisis. Jesus Christ.
Oh my God, everywhere you turn, if there's enough of a empty field, you're gonna find some kind of encampment or some kind of hangout for the unhoused in our city. And I was just thinking, back in the day when you saw homeless people, you saw maybe the same 5 homeless people. Who these new ninjas?
Well, here's the thing. The suburbs like to act like they don't have a problem with homelessness. The reason they don't have a problem with homelessness is because they leave their own for dead and send them to Hartford or to a surrounding suburb. So a lot of times Hartford residents end up having to leave because our own shelters are full. And you'll see this a lot of times in Bristol or whatever. Please support your own. And we need to start building housing or affordable housing everywhere. And by affordable, I mean maybe subsidized.
Yeah.
I mean, what the fuck? Juggling student loans. Like, what else do you want us to do?
What's going to end up happening is this crisis is going to get worse and worse. You're going to stretch out our paramedics and first responders. You're gonna stretch out our resources. In the summer, we have cooling centers. That's going to be maxed out. We already have one library close to renovations. Where else are they going to go to actually look for housing or jobs? Job centers, they're going to be at capacity. Shelters are already at capacity. And there's only but so much under the bridge that you can build a tent.
Yeah. So let's take action now. And let's utilize existing housing, already disturbed lands. Let's do something quick. We have empty strip malls. Let's do this.
And then after all that is all said and done, then we can look at the drug policy, because addiction is real and is rampant in that community.
Yep. Let's make sure that we get everything right.
And addiction is not just limited to hard drugs, alcoholics too, because what you're doing is you're just masking pain. So get to the root of it. That's what mental health really means. Get to the root of why you're trying to mask, why you're trying to run, why you're trying to hide.
You got people that love you.
Yeah. Don't be one of those hurt people that hurt people. And some of those that don't really want to hurt people, so they rather just hurt themselves.
Yeah. But just remember, make sure to get help. We've got 211 here in Connecticut. I know resources are tight right now, but make sure to give yourself the opportunity to let things get better.
Yes.
But hard times suck though.
They do.
No, I'm dead ass.
They do. I know people that have been through it.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm one of those unfortunate ones, I've made someone who know someone who's going through it now. I just haven't seen them yet.
Yep. So make sure to show each other a little bit of love and stop being so damn negative all the time, people.
Speaking of not being so damn negative, Florida, let's have a talk.
So DeSantis is coming up here to visit.
And Uncle Luke is crying foul at the lack of acknowledgement of Miami-based music and what Florida contributed to hip-hop over the years. Specifically, him and his band going up against the grain of censorship. Listen, Rick Ross and Trina were in New York with everybody else that's not from New York, celebrating the 50th anniversary at where he was born, New York.
You know what? He should be acknowledged too. Yeah.
He should be acknowledged too, but he should have got his ass on the plane and been there too. They would have acknowledged him just, oh shit, Uncle Luke, yeah, I'm glad you're here.
Wait. Why didn't Uncle Luke do something down there with like Flo Rida?
Well, it's something that Jermaine Dupri was planning on doing for Atlanta, because Atlanta is a significant portion of hip hop history. It stretches all the way back even before Outkast. Tag teams from Atlanta. Another Bad Creation was formed in Atlanta. Atlanta has its place in hip hop history too.
Yeah, I feel like all the metro areas maybe should have, like, we did something here in Hartford, right?
Yeah. Where's J. Cole from? Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Did he do something there?
He performs there every time he has a tour. He either begins or ends with his hometown.
That's awesome. So what do you think maybe Uncle Luke should have a Miami celebration with Flo Rida?
Or maybe just get on board and come to the Mecca.
He can also come to the Mecca by why can't everybody just have their own fucking parties?
Yes, you can. I'm not saying you can't. You can and absolutely should. However, he's talking about not being included in the global aspect of the thing, the universal hip hop celebration theme. But where was it taking place? When I go back to that, it was taking place where?
New York.
Yes, New York is the Mecca of hip hop, just like Chicago is the Mecca for house music, just like Memphis is the Mecca for blues and country.
Hold on. Now, can we talk about the fact that Connecticut has always been on 50 Cent's nuts to the point that he bought a house out here? And that on the 50th anniversary of hip hop, of course, 50 Cent is going to be here accepting an award. And we celebrated 50 Cent Day because Connecticut will forever not be on his nuts. I wish we supported our local artists like this, but I stream his music all the fucking time, so I'm guilty.
Listen, Connecticut dick rides New York, and New York knows that. So New York,
not New York. We got our own shit here.
We do. I'm just, in the grand scheme of things, and this is how non-Connecticut dwellers see Connecticut from an industry standpoint. They see Connecticut as just always dick riding New York. They know this. That's why most new New York artists test the waters in Connecticut first. I
hate that shit, yo. We did that shit with Louis D. We did that shit with fucking this.
It goes all the way back. Listen, G-Unit, Dipset, Max B, French Montana.
Everybody wants to be a cold boy.
Chinks Drugs. Let's go back.
Welcome to my trap house.
Let's go back. I already said.
Welcome to my trap house.
The Locks, the whole Rough Riders movement, DMX.
According to Wikipedia, The Locks is an American.
I didn't ask you.
No, you're wrong.
No. It goes deeper. Mobb Deep, Wu-Tang.
You're naming all my favorite bands.
Bro, he just shots Peace, Connecticut. Raekwon said that.
Yeah, he did.
It goes further back. Onyx.
All the New York freestyle Spanish freestyle artists.
I'm gonna knock you out. Blew up in Connecticut before radio started playing it. Goes further back. Big Daddy Kane. Shout out to the Jungle. When he said that on Raw, the Jungle is in New Haven.
All right,
now,
well,
somebody
guys
said Connecticut can't rock, but I'm about to teach you about the hip hop. Shout out to the original Mr. Magic. Connecticut's Mr. Magic.
Yes.
1979.
All right, well, guys, it's getting to be about that time. So, I'm fucked up right now, y'all.
All right.
All right, well, you guys have a good night, y'all.
Get you a good night spliff. Get you some good food. Shout out to Soulful Vegan. And I'll see you dancers on the 27th, Studio 860. It's a vibe. 6 o'clock, $5 entry. Check my Instagram.
And his Instagram is Stealthline.
Yep. All right.
Bye, y'all.